You got to see the Pope when he was in Philadelphia in 2015. You were about 10 feet away from him. What was it like being in the presence of the guy?
Very charismatic man. Very charismatic. Um, he exuded charisma, a different sort of charisma than John Paul II. John Paul II had this kind of movie star quality. He was handsome and he was athletic, and you just thought, oh, this is such an amazing guy. And he had fought against both the Nazis and the communists. So this is almost a superhero character. And I did see John Paul II numerous times in person because I lived in Rome for 6 months in 1984. So I was there when he was at the height of his glory. Francis was different, had charisma, lots of charisma, but more like the charisma of, you're going to laugh, Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers is someone that you just loved because he was just filled with goodness, and you just wanted him to be your neighbor. And the smile, and he radiated goodness. Francis was that kind of charismatic character. You knew that he was a good guy, that he was a loving human being. Then he had a temper again because he had already been pope for 2 years by that point. So we did have a little bit of a record. We had his sound bites on planes. Who am I to judge? He we had his little encounters with the media, and by that point, he had become rather political. I think his first trip as Pope was to the island of Lampedusa, which is off the coast of Sicily, and which was a holding, a welcoming center, basically, for refugees who were coming in from North Africa. So he was at that point already very political. And he had that kind of charisma of someone who was of this world. He was a worldly pope in the same way that John Paul II was worldly. But you just got the sense that he was enjoying this. He liked to travel, like the traveling pope, like John Paul II. And I know I keep kind of comparing the two, but they were similar in their worldliness, in their willingness to engage. Beg your pardon. They were similar in their willingness to engage and be um, quasi-secular figures. So it was really exciting to be there. I felt honored, and to see him in front of Independence Hall. I mean, you cannot, there's no more historic site in Philadelphia. And as a, you know, as a Philadelphian, I would say, in all of the United States, of course, there may be some disagreement there, but you have the Pope there and you have
None from
Independence
me.
Hall. What? Good. See, I know it. I know it. So it was really exciting. And you didn't have to be Catholic to feel that way. And in fact, there were a lot of non-Catholics in the audience, including the mayor at that time. But it was really quite a moving and powerful experience to be 10 feet away.